Rich and I were having a conversation before the rally today about the demise of empires, and a podcast he had seen or listened to about the demise of empires. And many of you know Edward something's The Rise and the Fall of the Roman Empire, which is sort of the definitive multi-volume book about the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. Edward Gibbons, thank you. All of us could start writing a book now about the rise and fall of the American Empire. None of us want to. I think that the answer to Ed is that things won't just progress in a really good direction without an awful lot of help. And I've said before, I think if every street corner in America could have a Justice Southbury, if all of the people who really truly believe and love your neighbor and believe that this country should be, if it's going to be great, it should be great according to certain fundamental principles that have been hidden recently and have been under challenge and attack recently, that there doesn't have to be a rise and fall of the American Empire, at least the fall. But it's not going to be easy. Certainly, do I think that Justice Southbury can be like the one man in Tiananmen Square standing in front of all the tanks and we can prevent the tragedies that are going on in this country? No. But a group can do a lot. And the communications and conversations that we have here can spread as they do. And I'll talk about that a little bit in a minute about our speaker series tonight. But I want to quote Ed Edelson, quoting Mahatma Gandhi, because when Ed sends an email, if you get an email from Ed, you get a quote from Gandhi at the end that many of you will remember from the movie in 1982, I believe it was. Quote, "When I despair, I remember that all through history, the way of truth and love has always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they can seem invincible, but in the end they always fall. Think of it, always. That is not going to happen on its own. It is not going to happen until other groups of people are willing to stand out on hot Sunday afternoons and gather and talk and try to attract other people with the power of our message and try to convince people that if you have a choice between hate and love, between hope and despair, between fear and working together, community, that good things can happen. They won't happen without a lot of hard work, but they can happen, and we need to keep doing our part for that.